Let's go to the Diddy episode 1 documentary. I'm going to give you a breakdown. I got some notes that I took for y'all, and I got some clips to play as well. Let's play this clip of 50 on his promo run, and it's got some of the footage in it as well from Diddy.
Before scene footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled
50.
Sean Combs, The Reckoning.
Why does media always call him Fiddy, like 50? Like, I don't know. It's just media always makes his name sound weird.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away.
Got in
his car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was it show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
I just wanted to say
I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of a camera? Like that's
a little bit of a reach, Fifth.
He was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right? For 20 years, right? Is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester. Like, maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to...
Hey, Fifth, man, like if you're gonna act like a lot of this stemmed still because he offered to take you shopping, and if you think that he was testing you, like, maybe I can get at 50 because maybe I'm fully like that, and maybe let me see if he's like that, and you want us all to forget your BM that took the stand as well, that Diddy went and freaked off allegedly. That don't got nothing to do with nothing. All right, yeah. I don't want no problems with it. I just want to ask the question, like, that's never on your mind ever? Okay.
Also, let people know that the show is not completely the perspective.
I also still believe there's also the competitive business where people are stepping on each other behind the scenes, especially with the whole Ciroc and FN war. And Ciroc clearly won that war.
There's people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, you know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges.
Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in she's like 18, like 19 years old. In the very beginning, after a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience.
Are we still unsure about how we feel about that? is Cassie a victim or was she a consenting adult? Like, how do y'all still feel about that? Oh, you know what 50's gonna say in the midst of this shit. He's gonna say she was a victim, she was groomed like he just did. But are we still not holding Cassie accountable for any of this stuff of all the luxury and the lifestyle and the accepting of the toxicity of their relationship and never getting the fuck on, and even allegedly claiming that she got odd towards the end of their relationship, but then they got back together again after? Like, we still not like, doesn't mean what Diddy did was, I will always say Diddy's a piece of shit to me in my eyes. I don't fuck with him at all. But you're not a consenting adult at all throughout any of this, huh? No accountability still on Cassie. We're not doing that, are we?
It's kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Not all. Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
Very, very smart and sharp guy, but I don't think he answered the question directly just now. Hip hop under attack. I kind of like that answer being a little bit more pertaining to the ties to knocking down allegedly like another black leader or black mogul or black billionaire, right? You hear those type of talks for a lot of very large, iconic black figures. I kind of wanted him to answer in that realm because he already did. 50 is one of the only people to go public and say Diddy's problem started when he sued that parenting liquor company to Ciroc Diageo. So right here, he kind of just switched up on us a little bit. Hey, Fifth, I see you, man. I see you. I fuck with you, but I see you.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
All right. So speaking of the documentary and the truth that Diddy does or does not see in it, I got some notes for you guys after watching episode 1. So pardon as I read these bullet points and tell you the highlights of it. It was about an hour long. Was it very well done? Absolutely. And I would say if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth the watch. It's definitely worth the watch. By the time we get, what's today? Monday. By the time we get to Wednesday, I didn't finish the whole 4 episodes. Definitely. Maybe even before that. But it's absolutely worth the watch. But as far as episode 1 and what you're getting yourself into, it starts off, showing Diddy running around Manhattan. It looks like that's the time period when he was awaiting himself to be arrested and waiting for the indictment to come down. Now, remember, he was in New York, thinking that he was doing a good thing by making it easy on the authorities when they came and got his ass, right? We saw that didn't happen. They didn't give him no bail after that. But he's got a videographer following him around. So right there, the first thing is like, wow, who was unloyal to you? This was exclusive footage of people following you around the city and documenting this energy that you got around you leading into your trial, the fight for your life. Somehow this footage ends up in the hands of either Netflix and or 50 Cent and that production crew. Insane. It makes you wonder, is there any certain exclusivity, anything behind this where you can be sued? I'm going to assume not, because Netflix probably has a huge legal department, okay, because they consume content from different people all the time. So if this wasn't something that would get these people in trouble, I don't think that they would, be signed on to release this shit at this point. But early on, it shows some early inspiration that Diddy had to Heavy D, right? He saw Heavy D as this rap star, this iconic figure that was on the come up, the mayor of Mount Vernon. At this point, Diddy's just this young, impressionable guy. He starts to get into party promotions. Heavy D is probably like one of the first key inspirations that he has towards wanting to be famous. All right. There's also a piece in here where they hinted towards Diddy beating on his moms or hitting his mom, slapping his moms in a particular situation. Who knows? Some people say he's always been a violent guy. Obviously, he has it within his capacity to be violent towards loved ones. I guess I'll still say allegedly, right? But imagine his moms came into play in some of that shit as well. But at some point, they say he got into it with his moms, and that's when he moved in with Andre Harrell, right? This key figure, the head of what was it, Motown Records at this point, and they had Heavy D, they had Albie Shore. At some point, they got Jodeci, they got Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy is there like as an intern. He's like this young kid. Andre Harrell takes him under the wing, moves him into his house. He's working for him. At some point, he actually gets to move up to being an A&R. Like he takes Andre Harrell to lunch one day. He says, yo, give me the chance, give me the job to be A&R. Now he's starting to swing with the stars a little bit. But despite him, getting around Andre Harrell and being this A&R and being amongst all these celebrities and these big groups and these big artists that are hitting the scene of hip hop, he pretty much still had a reputation as a party promoter. And they show a lot of that. They show like some big parties where he's there with like Dougie Fresh and he gets on the microphone as well. And he's like, yeah, I just bring the people together to have a good time. That was his reputation. And you got people in this documentary. It's like being narrated by people that was close to the situation. Even one of the people that's narrating episode 1 was like the co-founder of Bad Boy with him, So I take a lot of authenticity in the perspectives in how people are putting all these pieces together on the making of Diddy, right? And they say he pretty much became famous at the point where he put together a celebrity basketball game, and it was so big, everybody and their mother wanted to be there. Lines around the corner, and it's like it got to a point where the door got bum rushed. And Diddy said that in the story as well. He said we used to have this thing in the hood or around a party world ever seen where you call bum rushing the door. That's absolutely true. I remember that when I was young too. The word bum rush, like whether it was a school door or a party or something, you get enough people, even stores, Six Flags, whatever. You get enough people, it's 1, 2, 3, you bum rush it. The mall, whatever. And you bum rush it, and it's like you can't stop everybody. They say that that's what happened at this celebrity basketball game, and the configuration of the stairs leading down to the doors pretty much started to squeeze people at the bottom. Long story short there, that's that epic story where 9 people lost their lives. 9 people died that day. And he's in the news now. There's a lot of people, investigating this situation, and he becomes the focal point of it, of him putting all this together. At which point they say that's pretty much where he got famous. Imagine getting famous from a tragic event. Like you're swinging around a little bit. You got your name known behind the scenes. You're around some of the stars, you A&R, whatever. You got a nice little job, position, whatnot, but you become famous from a stampede at a celebrity event that kills 9 people. That's what they paint. It's a very believable lead-in of events that they pretty much put in episode 1. After that, what do they got? They get into Joy Dickinson, who to this day I believe has an open lawsuit against Diddy for sexual assault. Okay, she claims that that he essayed her, drugged her, and recorded it. He's always maintained his innocence. She's always, maintained that he did this to her. He said that they crossed paths once upon a time. He got down on his knees, looked up at her and said, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And that was the last time she heard from him. But once again, they still have an open civil lawsuit about this. Now, here's a very relevant piece there. And it kind of even leads into some of the stuff that was coming out in this trial and the freak offs and everything. With her saying that he recorded this and he was allegedly showing the tape at parties. You know what they say in this episode 1 of the documentary? He got that shit from Alpo. He wanted to be like Alpo. Now, remember the scene in Paid in Full when Cam is acting out Alpo? You ain't even see when I put my leg up. Right? Remember that scene? We laugh about it. This girl is saying like Diddy was doing that for real, recording and then playing it at his parties that he would promote. And because he was trying to be like the well-established up in Harlem, having everybody watching his moves and all that, Alpo. So you got all these elements here where they're kind of like painting Diddy as a person that he sees Heavy D. He wants to be like him. He want Andre Harrell. I want to be like that. Oh, look at how this rapper over Jodeci is coming off or whatever. Like he's behind their wardrobe and trying to put their image together, whatever. Or I want to be famous and look at Alpo with the tapes. I want to be able to do it. They're showing like the molding of this guy. And I've always been more on the side of, look, man, you learn right and wrong. And I ain't trying to hear but so many excuses, but you can be created based on some of your experiences to a degree. I gotta give you that. Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't born like that. There's some shit along the way, like his father and whatnot, that turned him out by fucking dissecting animals and shit that possibly was part of that shit. Some of it is in you, but the other piece is some of that is your experiences. And they show a lot of Diddy being created a lot. So it was bugged out to see that the tape shit comes from Alpo. They also got into the girl Misa, Eric Sermon's ex-girlfriend or friend or whatever. And Diddy wanted to take Eric Sermon's girl from him allegedly at that time. But they always showed, Diddy in the light of going after other people's girls and being like hell-bent on pretty women. And if he was with somebody, it didn't matter. He had to have you, had to take you. And that was the thing that created a rift between him and Eric Sermon over this girl, Misa. So allegedly, he runs up on him one time. Eric Sermon's in a car. Diddy knocks on the window. They about to fight. Eric Sermon's like, let's pull around the corner so we can, handle our business around the corner. He says they pull around the corner and Diddy plays what is it, Juicy for him. So it's like, what? It makes no fucking sense. But that was also him introducing Biggie, because at some point he got a little bit too big for the program. Andre Harrell fires him, and he's able to leave that situation with Biggie, his first artist. So now he starts promoting Juicy. And towards the end of the episode, they start to show a lot of, the relationship and the energy and the storyline, including Pac. I think it's real dope how they do that. They show a lot of Biggie and Pac and how close they were, how cool they were, how much they supported each other, all the footage of them together, classic footage of them at the table together, freestyling, how Pac used to bring Big on his tours with him to open up with him. It's almost heartbreaking to see how much that storyline of Pac and Big, like, they different coasts, different, but they really was road dogs for a minute. Like they really was rocking with each other. It's so fucked up to see how it all turned out. But here's the key thing about them showing that and then diverting off is they're trying to show that Diddy himself was at the dead center of creating the rift and the separation between Pac and Big, which eventually grew into this East Coast, West Coast war, and then eventually grew into them both losing their life. That's what they're showing. That's what they're showing. And they give like these little hints of Diddy being jealous of Pac and Big's relationship, and Diddy also being over analytical and studying the I Get Around song that just blew up for Pac. And then he created a Big Papa, which is supposed to be his version of I Get Around with Biggie. And it's like the history of it is just like, yo, Diddy, like you are in the middle of a lot of shit, whether you're innocent or not. You're there in the middle though. You there in the middle, man. It's like you still got Keefe D coming up on trial, right? Is he going to give any credible proof or testimony that Diddy really, because they asked him that in the documentary too. They showed a footage of Diddy being asked, did you have anything to do with Pac's killing? He's like, no, I didn't. They're painting that, B. They're fucking painting that. I hope that's as good as a summary as I can give you guys as to why everybody should watch that, because I think it's bigger than the trial. The element of Pac, the element of early hip hop and early record labels, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, how the sound of hip hop changed, Biggie, Tupac, all of this, the East Coast, West Coast beef, they're bringing it in to the series. It's far bigger than just the fucking trial, if you ask me. So everybody, check it out, man. It's out now. 50 was a man of his word when it comes to that. He ain't playing. Speaking of 50, real quick, as a transition, I did see this. They ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna stop. Neither one of them is gonna stop. Ja Rule posts, you rat, always have been, always will be a fucking rat. Used car salesman suit wearing, field goal nose having, Herman Munster head ass at or hashtag icon. I think Ja Rule will forever call him a rat behind these alleged order of protection. He will. And if we ever found out with 1000%, is it too late? Does it matter at this point? Has 50 already traversed most of his career and he's too set in stone to be affected by like something else coming out? Like, oh shit, 50 did put out an order of protection on Murder Inc. Does it matter at this point? There's people that I will always look at no matter what for eternity, for the rest of my life. Like, yo, you're a rat, whether they know you are or whether they call you or not. You're a rat. So I maybe I could relate on that sense, but I don't know. Drop a comment below if you ever want me to revisit that, because it's been widely discussed. Paperwork that came out, whether it's real or not, Murder Inc. people testifying to it. I don't mean in court. Detectives that have come out about that order of protection. For now, we'll leave that alone. We'll stay on course.